Welcome to Risky Business. And we are the Coverage Queens. I'm Kathy Kaler.
And I'm Bliss Landon.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Episode 6.
Amazing.
Can you believe it?
Amazing.
We're just rolling.
We're just on a roll.
I'm very excited today, too. We have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
This is Adam Jeritonian.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, Adam.
How you guys doing? Happy Wednesday.
We're excited to have you. Very excited to have you. And I know, Bliss, you and Adam know each other.
Yes, we do. So Adam works for CPR. CPR is a repair facility that we use to repair our school devices, that we insure at different districts. So we wanted to bring him in and just talk about his business and, how things are evolving, changing, transitioning. Anyway,
I can imagine.
Well,
It's a very, very good business to be in. I mean, right now, so many people have a device of some type in their hand.
Yeah,
and
a
now
phone,
we have
a laptop,
right.
But yeah.
And now we've got
the kids,
a zillion kids with these things. So
kids keep us in business.
I was going to say, do you have just a single location, or are you all over the place?
So we're actually a franchisee of CPR. CPR stands for cell phone repair. Very clever name. So we own, myself and my partner Mike own the ones here in Ventura County and LA County. So we have Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley, Granada Hills, Studio City, Burbank, and we're also opening up Long Beach on the 1st.
Wow.
I didn't know you were expanding that much. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
we actually
fantastic.
used to have 7. We downsized a little bit just because a couple locations were just out of the way for us.
Mm.
And now we're just kind of expanding again to some markets that we really like.
That's great.
How'd you start? How'd you get into it?
You know what? We started 8 years ago. I signed the lease for our Thousand Oaks location the first month right out of college. As far as why we did it, I don't know.
What attracted you to? I think
it was just a good opportunity. I had a family member in a Verizon store in the area, and he was just like, "Man," he's like, "You're the man." He's like, "You know how to run these like stores and businesses." He's like, I promise you, open a cell phone store. Wow. I promise you, open a repair shop. I will sell you guys so much business."
So did you know how to repair the phones at that time?
We did not.
You did not.
We learned on the fly, to be honest.
Cool.
And then how did you learn? Did you go to a class? Is there like a certification class that you go to? Or how does that work?
Yeah, now there is. Before there wasn't. It wasn't really a standard in the industry. Now all the major brands, CPR, U-Break, batteries, bulbs, we all pass through certifications, WISE certified. All my technicians are WISE certified.
What does that mean, WISE certified?
WISE is just the name of
WISE or
WISE.
Oh, WISE.
WISE
certified.
Yeah,
okay.
WISE certified.
Okay.
So it's a certification process that goes through the steps of how you're supposed to properly do a repair. Data. It's a big deal right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cleanliness of a store. All the just all the safety measures and everything. All of our stores are certified in that sense. Yeah.
Do you get inspected by anybody?
Yeah, well, our corporate office does inspections.
Oh, okay, to make sure that you have things the way they want.
Yeah, we get
you
audits.
To represent.
Yeah, just random audits. Just drop by, take pictures of the store, make sure everything's cleanly, following CDC guidelines now with all the new protocols and things like that.
I mean, amazing growth for 8 years.
Yeah.
Are you like, do you sit back and like, whoa, or is it kind of like?
Yeah, that's
it's
for
amazing.
Sure. Yeah, I decided to go on the supply chain side about 3 years into the business, which kind of didn't allow me to grow because we just got involved in importing and exporting the parts and the supplies and stuff that we use, and tried to go into that avenue. We did that for a few years and then got out of that and saw that retail is our thing as opposed to distribution and importing and stuff. So after that point, we started growing a little bit more.
Speaking of parts and things, have you had trouble since COVID getting parts in? I've heard delays in certain repair shops across the country that are having problems.
Certain stuff, certain product lines, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the mercy of China and all these suppliers and stuff that not only manufacture them but get them secondhand and stuff and send them overseas. So the China shutdown affected us a lot. We are seeing price increases across the board for many items. Raw material shortages. We're seeing lots of IC chips and things like that go into the components. There's a lot of shortages for stuff like that, which translates to higher costs for us.
Right. Right. So that has changed then, I guess,
Definitely.
a lot.
Yeah.
How did you guys get connected?
I think we searched him out, didn't we?
No, actually, another
No?
CPR franchisee that was working with you guys had connected us because I was in this market and you guys I was in Oaks High School and stuff,
Oh,
everything at
that's
that
right.
time. And yeah,
Okay.
and introduced me to Jesse and Michelle and everybody and started working with them.
Okay. Okay. Back to the certification. We deal with some manufacturers out there, Lenovo and there's Dell and HP. And from what I understand, a lot of them require you to be certified with their parts to be able to service their devices. Is that true? Is there like a certification to
Not necessarily.
no?
No.
Okay.
As long as you can source the OEM parts, we
And what
can
does
get
OEM stand for?
original equipment manufacturer.
Right,
So just
right.
original.
So as long as you know where the parts came from.
Sure. Yeah. Most of the stuff when you're working with like Chromebooks,
Mhm.
for example, which is what you guys do mostly, those
Right.
are for the most part all original.
Hmm.
There isn't a lot of aftermarket manufactured Chromebooks. If you're talking about iPhones,
That's a whole different story, right?
tons of aftermarket. Samsung, tons of aftermarket. Motorola, LGs, the device, cell phones have iPads. Those have a lot of aftermarket. When you're dealing with Chromebooks, they're either going to be new OEM or they're going to be pulls. Old devices that are out of cycle that take the components that are working and tested and everything, and then they'll send them back to the market, and then we'll have to access those secondary market.
So what happens when a device comes in and it's under warranty?
What type of device?
A Chromebook, let's say, and it's in the first year and it has warranty and it's under warranty and there's a problem. Do you send it to the manufacturer?
Yeah,
or?
if something is a warranty related issue and a customer brings that in, and we always engage with them, asking questions. How long have you had the device? If they say I had it for 6 months, we'll tell them, you have 1 year equipment
Warranty,
manufacturer warranty. You don't have to pay for this repair. If you come through me, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket. Reach out to the manufacturer to see if you could get some sort of support from them.
Oh, that's good. So you determine what exactly the problem is and whether it's under warranty. That's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I can't tell if it's under warranty. I need the customer has to tell me when they purchased the device, because it's generally about 12 months from the purchase date.
Right. That's great. That's really good. What has really changed since COVID besides doing all these CDC, regulations and things like that? Have you seen a dip in volume or an increase in volume?
It's been up and down. In the beginning, that first month, March of last year and April of last year, we were absolute ghost town.
Really?
My stores were doing
Wow.
30%, 40% what they used to be doing.
Mm.
Then once things started opening up a little bit, there was a stimulus and everything like that. Then we started going back to normal for for a few months. And then once all those funds ran out and everyone kind of just got back into the whole COVID and everything got shut down again and then just dipped again. So right now we're kind of getting back into the swing of things. But we have definitely seen a huge uptick in laptop repairs with people working from home.
Okay.
iPad repairs with kids and stuff, always home and on their devices.
That makes sense.
That part of the business definitely has seen a significant increase. We're also really big on used devices. So we're like, the go-to spot for most of our markets for secondhand devices.
Oh, for people to bring in,
Pre-owned
or the
devices.
people are coming to purchase?
Purchase.
Oh, to
Oh,
purchase.
to purchase.
Mhm.
Okay. So do you buy back used devices from
Sure.
schools and whoever?
Not necessarily from schools. I don't have a great market for it.
Okay.
I would generally probably refer that to one of our larger depots that we're partnered with that do that in a larger volume. But devices such as, MacBooks, iPhones, Samsungs, iPads, things of that nature, yeah, we do.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
As long as
Very
they're relevant,
interesting.
recent models and stuff that do have some sort of a demand on the secondary market, we would buy them back.
That's great.
Wow.
That's good to know.
Well, because you think about you're getting a new device, every
Couple years.
couple
Couple
years,
years,
right?
yeah.
Whether it's your phone,
The
whether
average,
it's-
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere between like 28 to like 30 something months, 30 less than
That you have
less than
that you
3
keep
years.
a device and then you want to upgrade.
and how many people have like stacks of devices in a closet somewhere?
Tons of them.
Tons,
And
right?
Yeah, I tell everyone, it's just collecting dust in your drawer. It's not doing anything but depreciating. You might as well just sell it, get your money, and do whatever you like with it.
What is
Exactly.
your advice about when you are getting ready to get rid of a device? what should one do to protect or save or transfer?
Sure. Data backup is a big one. Right before I got, right before I walked into here, I got a call from one of my managers. Hey, customer's having some issue with data. Is there someone I could refer them to? Data backup's a big one. You have to have your data backed up at all times. Data loss happens all the time.
And it doesn't do it automatically.
It could just happen. It's random stuff. It's
Random.
electronic components we're talking about. Things fail.
Yeah.
You try to do some sort of a reset or try to back up something. You just need to log into your iCloud, your Google accounts. Data backup's a big one. That's kind of where I see the biggest pain points.
That down. That's important.
Yeah. Make sure you have your passwords saved, especially if they're encrypted passwords where you're doing, an iTunes backup. Sometimes those get encrypted. Make sure you have your password saved.
I was watching the news this morning, and there's a company that was on the news talking about how they did passwords. It was a password company giving passwords. Have you heard of that?
LastPass, maybe?
No.
LastPass I've heard of. Like they give you a password?
Yeah, and it can be up to 125 characters.
Yeah, it's auto-generated.
Yeah, and then they save it for you. And it's automatically, put in when you want it.
Yeah, it's an extension that kind of gets attached to your browser.
Yeah.
So you create a LastPass account. You have a master password that you have to remember because that master password gives you access to all of your
the other passwords. Okay.
That's great. If you have the discipline to have something like that, that is amazing. You're like leagues and light years away ahead of everybody.
Well, this company, I wish I could remember the name, but their service was free. And they were just doing that. They believe that everybody should be, it should have this service available because it's really important that you don't want to use the same password for everything.
Absolutely.
Very, very crucial. They were saying that you don't want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Going back to your question, Kathy, another thing you can do is, most people, when they're ready to upgrade the device, they're going through their carriers, right? Verizon, AT&T. So the carriers are generally offering some sort of an incentive to, get back your old device. Oh, yeah. If your device is in a broken condition, it is very, very, advantageous to find out from your carrier what they're offering for the device in the broken condition and what they're offering for the device in the repaired condition. Generally, the difference is significant. So what we tell most customers is if your device is broken, most carriers would also refer us or a reputable repair shop. We have great relationships with most of our carriers in our markets. Go down the street to CPR, get your phone fixed, come back in, and we'll get you a nice trade-in. They'll give you an additional 100, 200,
This
300.
is the lesson we must tell our children.
Yeah.
Do not just shove it in a drawer and go get something new.
Get it fixed.
Yeah, get it fixed, sell it yourself, sell it to us, do something. They're just depreciating in value.
So don't let it sit in your drawer
broken.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. You're talking about a few $100.
That's really good advice. I mean, that's
especially
amazing.
if you're talking about a family of 4, you guys have, iPhone 10s from 2 years ago or 10Ss or whatever it is. Those devices are like $300, $350.
Right. It's a lot of money.
I think that's what I still have. I have a 10S. Anyway. I need to upgrade. Yeah. I need to sell you my phone and get a new one. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
And it's in perfect working order.
Look, obviously, if you sell it yourself, if you want to go through the hassle of, posting it online and meeting up with people and stuff like that, you're more than welcome to. You can get an extra, $50, $100 or something like that. But if you don't want to and you just want to walk in and just, easy, just walk in, we'll take care of those.
So let's say I have a 10S and it's in perfect shape. How much would I get for it?
Off the top of my head, I would say probably in the $200 to $300 range.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
And then use that for another one, a new one.
Yeah, you could use that as a down payment for the other one,
right?
Or just keep it, whatever you like. Spend it on your, your new one that you get. You obviously need to get all the accessories nowadays. You need to get a case. You need to get a tempered glass.
Yeah.
You have to.
You have to.
It doesn't make sense though. The devices are all glass, front, back, everywhere's glass.
So you have to have a case.
Yeah. Wait, the back is glass too?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I hope my child listens to this because he drops his phone all the time and doesn't put a case on it.
No, neither does mine.
So
what is
upset.
That? What is that? 20-year-olds decide no case is cool.
It's cooler that way.
Why?
It feels nicer in your hand. It definitely does.
Well, and then hold on to it. It's like flipping around in my hand.
It's very slippery.
And then you pick the color that you want. You can have, a rose gold and then you cover it up. And it's like, what difference does it make what color it is, right? When you put a case on, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, unless you do something clear. The clear cases do pretty well because everyone who has some sort of a color that they like to show, the clear allows you to.
And do those work, or do they?
Yeah. As long as you're getting good cases, like the cases we sell are only, premium brands, Otterbox, Gear 4, Incipio, Spec, things of that nature. Right now, most of our stores are ZAG partner stores. So ZAG also owns Invisible Shield, the Gear 4 line. Those are some of the hottest cases out. So we sell a lot of Gear 4. You can find them in clear designs, black designs, colorful designs, you name it.
Nice.
And the important thing the important thing with the cases is, the technology. Like, Gear 4 has the shock absorbent technology. I forgot the term. I think it's D30 or something like that. It's the same technology that's in like NFL football helmets and stuff that minimize the impact on contact.
Okay. Are they bulky though with all that?
Actually very slim.
Huh.
Very slim.
Okay.
Very slim.
And what does that run? How much does that case cost?
$24.99 to $39.99 on average, depending on what model and which one you get. Yeah. Not bad at all.
A repair.
That's good use for your money that you get from turning in your old device.
And they last.
Right.
The important thing is not only do they come with manufacturer warranty, they last.
That's great.
So you can go and buy a $10 case and go replace it every 2 months. Or you could just buy a good one and replace it every 6 months, 8 months, a year. Or even if it, breaks down or, starts to peel or whatever like that, just come in for a warranty replacement. We'll swap them for it.
So great.
Okay, question. What is the number one claim you see for Chromebooks?
Screen. Absolutely. Spilled drinks.
Liquid spillage.
Yeah, spilled drinks on keyboards.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it too, because I'm like, yeah, kids are, in their beds, in their rooms, just
they're drinking.
Just have something on their bed. I used to be that way too. And just on their keyboard, I can only imagine talking to their friends, FaceTiming on one hand, Chromebook in the other hand.
It's so true.
Yeah, I could totally get it.
What about like spilled cereal or glue? You see that?
Not really.
Not really?
We see different.
We see that.
we see different forms of liquid. It's just we don't get to interact, and especially in the Chromebook
so you just
space.
say it's liquid and that's it.
Coffee is a big one that we could easily, distinguish. Water, very common. But outside of that, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, what exactly it is. You're just like, oh, something spilled on here.
Yeah, with customers in store, we get better, communication. Obviously, with you guys, like we don't get to interact with the customers. We just get them in batches, so.
Right.
We don't really get to see
what would be the second most?
Cracked screens, batteries, keyboard, keys.
Keys that pop off.
Yeah. Batteries are a big one. Charging port replacements. They have them charged into their outlet, and while they're using it, it's getting yanked left and right. Charging ports come loose, or sometimes the tip breaks inside. Happens.
Okay.
I think I have that problem right now.
Oh, really? With one of your
I keep pushing it in. Why isn't this charging?
Yeah, that's a great one of the most common ways to damage your charging ports, to continue using it while it's charging.
Oh, why is that?
Because
you're just pulling.
Yeah, you're pulling on it. Things happen, especially on the Chromebook side. So if you're using an iPhone, it doesn't happen too often. Most generally in those scenarios that happens is, the tip of the charger, that metal piece that just goes inside, that socket might break and get stuck inside, in which case we'll either have to pull it out. If we can't access it, it's too deep, then we'll have to just replace the port.
Do you sell a lot of chargers and?
Yeah, all of our chargers are MFI approved. Made for example, for iPhone, they're all manufacturer certified Apple spec chargers.
Awesome. I would imagine that's an important thing too, isn't it?
Very.
Using the wrong
cheap chargers, aftermarket chargers, both adapters and cables, damaged batteries, damaged charging ports. It's not worth the $5 to $10 savings to get a cheap charger. Just buy a good one.
Because then you're getting it repaired.
It's going to last you significantly longer. It's way more reliable. Your battery life, everything is there's just so much benefit of just getting a good quality charger.
Another good advice.
Yeah.
Tip. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's say that my kid, his Chromebook, he has a touch screen and the screen breaks or cracks. How much does that cost to repair?
In the Chromebook space, depending on how old the device is, if you're talking touchscreen models, those generally would be anywhere from about 120 out to about 200-ish, depending on the device.
And non-touch screen?
Under 100 usually.
Like $80 maybe?
80 to 100.
80 to 100 on the non-touch.
80 to 99 on average. Some might be 109, 119 roughly, but those are,
So it really depends on the model and how old it is.
And availability of parts.
Right.
Again, Chromebook space, we're talking about, we're at the mercy of the supply chain as far as what gets sold to suppliers on the back end. Yeah.
Are you getting, since CPR is a franchise,
Mm-hmm.
are you getting requests from other locations, other states that don't have availability for repairs? I mean, I know that I've been other places in the country where it's like I needed something to be fixed, and it's like, that's not 100 miles from here. Or 500 miles from here. If you're lucky, send it in.
We're not, because there's repair shops all over California. It's just so populated. But I can imagine certain states probably do. I can imagine some states don't have repair shops within 50 to 100 miles of them. But the best thing would be probably to ship it out, get it back in. We don't do a lot of that. Most of our customers are local customers walk-in.
Mm-hmm. But we do have mail-in depots that we work with, and you can ship them a box. They put the device in the box and they ship it to a depot in another state.
Okay.
Or wherever they're located. We're actually trying to talk Adam into doing more of a mail-in situation, because depending on where the school is,
that's what
it just makes
yeah,
things easier, and it provides a service to the district and to the parent, to provide the box, the shipping, that's free to our customer. But that's a whole nother thing that we're trying to talk Adam into doing, actually.
An on air commitment. Come on,
Adam, let's do this.
Show me the numbers.
Okay. We'll talk
He's
later.
The numbers guy.
I'm a numbers guy.
Right,
if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
So I have a question, because I come from a health and wellness space in most of my career, and technology has been very much in the forefront of conversation, especially with 5G.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get questions about that, or are you kind of anywhere looking at that part of where people hold their phones all the time on their bodies, or do you have any?
I'm not very educated on it, to be honest.
You're not.
No, I'm not. It's just service related stuff really don't affect us much. At least my space. I'm a hardware specialist more so than I am service and software.
Okay.
Those are mostly carrier related stuff. We do get some customers who ask us things of that nature. I'm really not the best source for it, to be honest.
I think it's something, we're talking about that a lot in this podcast, and because it is something that is now part of our lives, and a device is part of our life, no matter what, our waking life.
And more than one device.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's, it's something that I think we will get more and more information from research, and just
still very new.
It is.
That's a whole nother episode,
new.
most likely.
It's very, very new.
Yeah, we'll find out about 5 years, 10 years from now.
Great.
What the repercussions were.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's a thought.
super excited for your business.
Thank you.
And
congratulations
on the success of it.
CPR was an awesome find for us, and we love working with them. They do a great job, quick turnaround. They answer the phone. We have some repair facilities that we work with in other, states, and it's hard to get a hold of them. But we have a really good working relationship with them. They do a really good job, and clearly your business is going really well. And I think that's because of the way you run it.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes, to, a customer service type business. You have to work well with your customers and with your partners, and they do a fantastic job with that. So
amazing.
We're really happy.
How do people find you? Like, is it
online? Google, Yelp. All our stores are pretty much 5-star rated stores. Tons of reviews. Word of mouth. All of our locations are mid city for anywhere that we're located. A lot of carrier referrals. We're actually just in the process of getting Apple certified as well. So all of our stores will be Apple certified stores in the next, I want to say, about 2 months or so.
Oh, that's great.
Some of our stores will be pilot stores. We'll probably get it a little bit sooner.
Amazing.
But we're going to be able to offer OEM screen replacements, OEM battery replacements. This is something we've been waiting for 8 years.
Oh, good
Yeah.
for you.
Wow.
So as
That's fantastic.
as far as certification goes, that'll be the next level of certification that we're going to
Got it.
be completing this month and next month.
Fantastic. That's
What's
great.
the website?
Cellphonerepair.com.
Can you do CPR or you have to
No,
say cell phone repair?
cellphonerepair.com.
Okay, cellphonerepair.com.
And that's the website for the whole franchise.
Oh, you can pick your
yeah,
location.
you just type your zip code in or whatever it is, and it'll get the closest ones to you.
Social
Awesome.
media?
Yeah, we're on cell phone repair _LA, if I'm not mistaken.
Instagram. Got it.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Adam.
Chatting with
thank
us.
you so much.
No problem.
Really
Thank you
appreciate
guys
it.
for having me. I
So
had a
great.
good
Hope
time.
you guys enjoyed learning more about the tips and just the whole side of repair of these devices that we all carry. But thank you so much for joining us on Risky Business. We hope you come back for our next episode. We are the coverage queens.
Episode 7.
Yes, episode 7
yes.
coming up. Anyway.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.